case, just in case. Um, so Venus is considered our values, and we have to align with those values and the laws we make out of them in Jupiter to not be punished in Saturn. Like that's one of the little formulas, right? However, when I was delving into the lunar and planetary color and color resonance teachings, Venus and Jupiter are considered mundane rather than mutative planets. And the way I understood it, and I should go back there and actually read what Ra said or listen to what Ra said, but as I remember understanding it, it was as you become more and more your true self, the mundane planets are going to mean less to you. Like I even remember him saying something like, it may be that you have Venus in a certain gate and you've always been attracted to the electromagnetic on the other side of your Venus gate to activate your Venus. But the more you become yourself, the more you become your differentiated self, you may not even notice those people anymore. So I'm working at putting those two teachings together. And also just the whole business of detriments and exaltations. And I know that Ross said he wished he hadn't used those words because we have judgments about them. When all it really means is a detriment is when a planet is in a sign that it's not as comfortable in.
Mhm.
And then it's even more confusing to me because my Venus is in Libra, which is its high-end comfort place. And it's only in detriment because it's connected to the 29 in Pluto. So I feel perplexed about all of this. And I'd like to love myself. I mean, it's not like you find out you have a detriment and you should get rid of it. Like that's what I hear from Lily when she brings this up is stop doing that. You shouldn't do that. That's not it's not going to win you friends.
Off with her head.
Thank you. So so as I understand it, so the 46 is called the gate of determination, and it's part of the channel of discovery, which I have the whole channel. And this channel does not even recognize this channel. Once it says yes in the 29, it goes on a process of discovery for whatever that yes was. Whether it was a correct yes or it should have been a no, it's now in a process that must go till its end. And the person who carries this channel doesn't know what the process is about until it's over and they look back. Now, what I've noticed in my life about that is as I get to the end of a process, whatever that may be, I start getting little inklings of what it's been about. Not the full picture until it's over. But toward the end of it, I start getting inklings. Somebody just said something, so I guess I'll go look.
He's running late, Philippe.
Okay. Um, and within the context of that whole piece of business of when I say yes, I'm in it. It's like I say yes to doing the Camino. I don't go do the Camino and then wonder every day if I should do the Camino. I just do the fucking Camino. Just do the Camino now. You said yes, do the Camino. And my whole life is a Camino in that way. I say yes to a pet sit. I don't wonder every day if I should be on this pet sit. It's like I say yes, I'm in the process. Accept the process, surrender, I'm into it. I won't really know what it's about until it's over and be fully immersed in the process. And so the detriment that I have in that 46 is called the hand that bites the something that bites the hand that feeds it. um, and it's not about anything other than I'm so in the process, I'm not notice who's feeding me. I'm not noticing. I'm in the process. Now I may look back and go, wow, I was only able to do this because so and so helped me along the way. But I don't even notice it when I'm in that process. When I'm in that process, I imagine it seems like I'm taking for granted whatever someone is doing for me.
Mm.
And people
But
don't,
are
I
you, or
don't like
is
it.
it that people are just judgmental?
I think I probably am. I think I am taking for granted because it also, I have actually, in the past, people have said something and I'm like, well, why did you give
Well,
that to me if you're so pissed off that you gave it to me? Like if someone offers me something, I don't tend to go into great detail and wonder if they should be offering me something. I generally accept it if it's something that helps me.
So what would this biting of the hand that feeds it looks like? Do you have like examples? Because you can
Well,
you
I have the example that I was talking about with Lily a mutual friend of ours invited me to come stay with her during COVID. And when I got there, she made a rule that I couldn't leave the house for 2 weeks. And it was not a rule in the town. Like this was not anything legal. She just was one of those supremely scared people and very adamant that her beliefs are the right beliefs. So she made me amend to doing something that was really not good for me. And in the process of that, she offered to go get food for me. And she didn't get good food for me. And I would tell her that, no, it's not actually this lettuce or this kind of apple or, whatever it was, because that's who I am. And then she got really pissed off because I couldn't leave the house. So she was doing me this big favor, but I didn't want her to go shopping for me
why was she able to leave the house and not you?
because I had been on a plane.
Oh yeah, well that's that crap.
Yeah, it was just this whole crap that I didn't believe in at all.
Mm.
And so she's making me do something that I don't want to do and then getting mad at me. And
uh-uh.
I end up being the bad guy.
I disagree here.
Tell me,
Mm-mm.
what do you disagree with?
I disagree with you agreeing to stay indoors for 2 weeks.
Well, I didn't stay indoors, but I couldn't go into any shops.
Yeah, no, I still disagree.
Yeah, I disagreed too, but I was living in her house and it was either, it's hard for me. It's a tricky scenario.
I
The deal
mean,
you had to make.
Huh?
It's like a deal you had to make.
Yeah, and I didn't.
do you remember, Tierra? I lost a business, a best friend, and housing about the same kind of
Yeah, I do.
situation. And for me, it was just very clear of like, this is not I and I think it's part of this is the third line. because if it's wrong, it's wrong. And it doesn't matter how many times you try making it right or how many different ways, eventually you're gonna have to break that bond.
Well, and the bond has been broken. And I mean, and I can also look at it that when I said yes, I would come, I was now in that process.
Yeah.
And but the question really is like I get, if I do something for someone and they're not appreciative, I don't like it. I like being appreciated. It's one of my strong love languages. So it's not that I don't understand or something. What I don't know how to, like what I'm trying to put together is this is in my definition. This is not a not self behavior. This is not
Yeah.
transferred behavior. This is not my not self mind doing something, which, yeah, let's gain some awareness and see if that pattern can shift, blah, blah, blah. This is actually me. This is who I'm designed to be. I'm designed to be so engaged in a process that I'm not even aware of what I may be doing in interactions with people until I look back.
Yeah, I think, can you stop the recording?
Hold on, get my glasses. Now I
See
am.
you. Have fun.
Okay, I
Bye.
have left.
So Lily, do you know what detriment you want to look at?
55, 6.
55? That's in Jupiter. Isn't it interesting? Because that was part of so selfishness, where the material abundance exists, but no one gets to share in its light. The no moon phase, the possibility that materialism becomes obsessive with a mean spirit that will not share. It says the fixating planet is the moon, but this isn't in the moon. You also have your moon in detriment. Oh, fuck. Do you have that in detriment because your moon is in the 55 in your design? That really fucks with me.
Well, can you imagine me? No.
Yeah, but you don't know what that means, so it almost
I
wouldn't fuck
don't,
with
but
you as
my
much.
body does. I think.
All right, I want to look at so, God, I wonder. Yeah, because this would be Jupiter in Pisces, which would be very happy in Pisces. I think it's because your design moon is in the 55 that brings that Jupiter into detriment. That stuff fucks me up. I don't actually understand the mechanics of it, and I don't know anyone who does to be able to ask them.
I about this abundance of sharing my spirit and the abundance. And I don't I I just don't know if I have an outlet for it or if I'm not sharing to tease apart, I'm not sharing out of the not self or because it's correct for me. Like um we've been, as an example, we've been clearing out everything and some beautiful things that we're letting go of. We're going to let go of, from household to shoes to clothes to bags to all kinds of stuff. So they're all right now starting to be organized in boxes, right? What am I going to do with this? So I'm thinking, who do I know that could I'm thinking in terms of my fantasy of opening the house, have people bring things, have a little where people can pay a little bit and then give it to somebody that needs it, that's really struggling right now. Within this community of people that I'm on the edge of, in the 40s and the 50s and 30s to 50 somethings, right? So I keep thinking about that. So why am I thinking about sharing that? And then I'll know I'll have to share my spirit at the same time. And that is in what, the moon?
No,
Line
this is
two.
in Jupiter. The 55-6 is in Jupiter,
Yeah, the 55-6 is in Jupiter, and the other 55 in the body is
is
in the
in the moon.
moon, line two. Uh, because I just feel I have all this to share, but it just doesn't feel like it's being called. But I don't know if that's like with you, Philippe, if that's in my mind, if that's a reality or not. Have I missed calls? Have I um hidden so I wouldn't hear calls?
Go
Um,
back to the thing where you just said, I'll have to share my spirit.
yeah, so I'll be opening myself up to that gate 55 of sharing my abundance of spirit as well. So this is coming into this new grave year. This is up for me. This is up. So that's why I chose.
I wanna go a little slower here. I'll
Yeah.
have to share my spirit. I don't want to, I'll have to. You want to
I
go?
want I want to share that,
Yeah,
but
but that's
will it
not what you said.
be overwhelmed? That's where I'm where the have to came from. I mean, there would be no choice because I'm going to be in other people's auras. Let's just say as a fantasy that this happens. Not that it's going to. I don't even know. So I just want to share some of my abundance when this week when it says, okay, think of a fantasy that you could have. Um, just go as wild as possible, beyond that. But I thought, okay, I want to win a lottery so I could really, really share the wealth with people that really need it, that they're on my fractal, right? That's a fantasy, right? Why would I fantasize that? Not everybody's going to fantasize that. So where does that come into play on my actual self? And if is there anything in detriment that I need to take a look at that because I feel detriment is a place for huge learning process, teasing apart not self and the real self, the real invitation and the not real invitations, yeah, the I don't know where else to go with that. So, so am I being held back by really feeling passionate about contribution, as my sun gate? Um, where am I held up at? You know, why do I fantasize about stuff like that? So I don't know if that says anything.
Hmm.
What story am I telling myself, my mind?
Well, your 41 is called Caution, Humanism Tempered by Pragmatism. A conservative nature that does not risk its own security in aiding others, energy for one's own feelings, but not for others. And that's the exaltation. The detriment, a desire for recognition that throws caution to the wind, depleting valuable resources for only temporary gain. The energy for the display of feelings for recognition. So there's a lot in your chart, there's a number of places that have this abundance. Do I give it? Do I keep it? Do I make a contribution? How do I make a contribution? Do I share my spirit? Do I hold my spirit away from people? Do I give of my material? Do I not give of my material? And then the fantasy is that you would get material from outside of yourself, and that's what you could give away. So that in a way, that's not giving your material. If you win the
Yeah,
lottery, that comes from outside. Okay, I can give that away because it's not mine.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Dee,
It,
do you have anything?
Huh?
Were you listening? Okay.
Sorry, I was checking a message because I'm about to jump into work.
Okay.
I'm
I
shifting gears to work mode.
so I think about it's not the material things because this is all going to go someplace, this material
Yeah.
stuff. I
But
wanted to go
if you do the thing of bringing
my
people in,
fractal,
what?
to go to my network. I want to build my fract. I want that. That's what I want.
So just bringing it to the women's shelter won't feel successful because you want it to go to your fractal, to your network. Is that right?
In some ways, eventually, if it doesn't happen, it's going to the
Somewhere.
place that I choose. It's not going to be set outside of goodwill. It's going to be I'm going to focus where it's going to do the most mm, benefit in my
Mhm.
imagination. Um, so I why can't I just be more free and and yeah, more
What would being more free look like?
ease,
Huh?
uh, ease of
But what would it look like in this situation? What would you do with that stuff if you were more free?
that I could strengthen a network that could benefit from my spirit and what I have to offer, and me in return benefit. It's not just hanging out there like come and adore me kind of thing. If that's not it at all, it's more interaction and then I look at my cycle in life and when I look at the younger cycles, the early, like the 30s, 40s, and 50s, I can go back and see where and in the modern day where struggles might be. And if I could alleviate any of that what I would have liked, in that age um, cycle of my life. That's kind of how I think. And I don't know if that's correct thinking or just wasteful or what, but um,
But
it makes me
if this were
very
just easy, what would that look like? Not like you just said the same thing you had said before.
good.
Yeah. So if it was just easy, like if you didn't have to think about it, it was just easy, what would you do? If you didn't worry about anything
I think I would have asked for help,
from,
like a generator, like Meg as an example. If I would ask her, this is my fantasy. Would you want to partake? Would you want to lend your energy to it?
Mm.
I think that bravado aspect that my Chiron return gate 26, where I hold back,
yeah.
I got, then I don't do anything. And when I was listening to Philippe, he said, it's been a year, since um, and you've pulled back, and I have pulled back. I've had great successful um, um, networking, but they don't exist anymore because it was a cycle in my life. It was yoga, it was an art collective, it, um, and I'm not there anymore. I'm not that. So I'm yearning, I have a yearning to reconnect somehow. And if this detriment is keeping me from it, or I don't know. There's a lot to unpack for, I guess, all of us in our detriments, but this one is particularly up for me. So
So this Jupiter and your moon, both of your 55s are in Pisces. Pisces is mystical. And so there might be, so I love you. I've actually loved seeing you. I love your glasses. I love your little kerchief. I love this little whole business you have here. And yeah. Thanks for coming in today.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if that opens anything up for you, like maybe what you're wanting to bring into the venue of, I mean, it's interesting, the 55, and it's all about material, which is, I don't think of the 55 as material. I think of it as spirit, not spiritual, but that the abundance of the spiritedness. So I wonder if you are looking for some mystical quality that can be a part of this, offering this material, like an abundance. Jupiter wants abundance. Jupiter, again, it's that big
Right.
quality. It's Zeus, right? It's the king of the gods, Jupiter, Zeus. Is there a
You have
mystical
55 in
quality?
Jupiter? Is that what? Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh. In
Yeah.
detriment in the sixth line, which is called selfishness. So does that speak to anything? Is there something maybe mystical or poetic or artistic? Those would be Pisces, the realms of Pisces. That if that were included, if it wasn't, in other words, to good, close your eyes, good Lily. Like if people came in the door and they're just like, I want this and I want that and I want this and I want that. Thanks, Lily. Bye. As opposed to, this is some kind of artistic venue that you want to create, that people would bring their spirit, that would people would bring their,
Definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. No doubt, no doubt. No, yeah, there is just no doubt in that. My every cell in my body. And that's the reason why I thought about a structure of the contribution and that they can contribute too as well. And there is one young woman who is very creative, and she's has a callback to who's this? What's the singing thing for America?
America's Got
The
Talent, or
Idol or The Voice or
Voice, not The Voice, the other one,
American Idol. Yeah.
American Idol, and she has a callback for that. She's an amazing artist, right? And I've been at places where she just in a house and is singing, and she's a single mom, and she knows me kinda but not really, but for some reason she's on my radar. So I thought, all right, so you come to my house, if this is going to be an open house thing, and I'm going to um ask call out some generators for energy, right? This is going to be the purpose for it. Now, this is only my fantasy and imagination, so I'm just saying this. I need to lay that ground. But it does have the quality of people coming together and giving of their spirit as well and growing it. Um, and maybe that's where I get stuck. Like there's the doorway and I just stop right at the doorway.
is that
It's
Or
interesting.
what?
the
Well, I
doorway?
was going to
Stop at
say,
the doorway?
you keep saying over and over, this is just a fantasy. This is just a fantasy. This is just a fantasy. So what I feel like maybe the detriment is the thing that's saying it can't be reality. Like it's somehow somehow wrestling with the idea and the Piscean, like also fantasy. It's also imagination. There's so much in that energy of fantasy that it's almost like, but it can't be reality, is what I'm
Well,
hearing. Whereas maybe what your spirit is really wanting is the reality of it, to have it be an actual, it doesn't sound like a fantasy to me. Like when you talk about it, it sounds like reality. And then you say, but it's just a fantasy. Because it
well,
sounds like reality we're talking
it's
about.
still in that realm of, so I don't know if the fates have it in store or not. And
Mm.
so in that 4130, there can be lots of fantasies. But, I just read recently, and I don't know why I've not known this or focused on it, but Ra talks about that channel, and it's really just try to stick with one fantasy at a time, you
Mm,
know, and to see
mm,
if it, see where it goes or doesn't go type of thing. And so this is the one, I guess, that I could, it has enough smallness to it that I can look at it, you know. Um, it can be managed type of thing. So do I wait for some kind of opening, some kind of calling, some kind of,
What would it look like if people brought their spirits?
it would look like like a next step of
No,
me,
but
me.
literally, would people be coming and painting pictures or reading poetry or painting or singing songs? Like literally, what would that look like? How would you know they brought their spirit?
I don't know. I don't know. It's more like when
How
I
would you know
imagine,
they didn't?
I would feel they wouldn't be there otherwise. I think people who maybe hadn't would be inducted into the people who have it. It's like an induction, an invitation to step into something deeper and more aware, more um, intent oriented. So when I think about that, people walking into the door, um, there will be a structure. It's just not going to be a free for all.
What's the
Because
structure?
the structure would be have already chosen um, a topic, like love oneself. Okay, let's sit down, let's go around, do some breath work, and they've already done a little bit of homework before they even arrive, um, and sharing um, the the stuff because we've done this before, TRO. When we had the class, remember, people would come to learn about human design, and you had already helped me clean out a lot of stuff, and there were tables of things where people could look, books and things and they could shop, so to speak.
mm.
And they took them, which made me feel really good, right? So to me, that just might be the carrot to come into spirit, the stuff that I've been drawing out. Does that make sense? Or does that?
Oh, it
Well,
sounds
it
so
sounds
wonderful.
like you want to create a gathering where
Yeah.
where people come together to do some kind of ritual.
Yeah. So could maybe open up pathways that we don't even know about themselves or about themselves in the world. Hi, hi Dee.
Hi, I'm back. I don't know. My calendar was wrong. It's
Yeah.
been an
Oh,
hour.
Oh, cool. Um,
It feels like so much abundance. I mean, I just keep having to say it, feel that. My word keeps coming into mind. The way what you're describing sounds like a perfect experience of abundance. Like I want to go to that thing and be part of it. If I was there, like I would be like, that sounds so great. And it sounds very realistic.
that's what I want. Because in my view, I can't have too many possibilities. It has to be narrowed down. This is probably how this is going to go, type of thing. Um,
Mhm.
so thank you. Philippe, for that feedback, or that sense of what you felt. So what is it that is the problem? I don't know.
Well,
Is there?
I don't know that there's a problem, but I think that there has been no form and it has only been possible. And now we're kind of pulling out of you, what do you actually want? And
And
so, what?
it's interesting that it's coming with material wealth, the actual physical, but to me, there's spirit in that. So there is no separation in that.
So it seems like you want to create a gathering. What would you call the theme of it? Awakening spirit? Spirit meets material?
Um, like uncovering or exposing spirit, like
Posing, I like that. That's provocative.
then I
How
get
about
scared.
about if can I like the idea of putting the word abundance in there somewhere, like exposing the spirit of abundance
Yes.
or something
Spirit of
like that.
abundance or the abundance of spirit?
Yeah. Well, both because we have because there's going to be physical things there that are rich
Oh,
and
right.
full and all of that. You want to have that be part of the invitation, it feels like, because people I want to go there because of the mix that we're going to be sharing and talking and in engaging in our spirit together, but also looking and sharing this wonderful physical abundance of richness. So the
Yeah.
combination is what's so enticing and delicious.
I'm just sitting here, like maybe that is something that I'm built to close the gap between materialism or material world, which born in civilization, and there's a lot of that in our charts. There's a lot of that in Stephen and I's chart together, that third entity that we create. Um, to see the spirit in material things, because I think that's what's up for me when I'm looking at all the stuff that we're bringing out of drawers and closets and the garage, and just all kinds of stuff. I thought, this is so much stuff, and some of it did serve me, and now it's ready to go on to another. I want it to serve to help people to self-reflect and become aware, um, and I don't know if I can hold that kind of space or not within myself by this gathering, but there's something that's brewing, and I don't know what it is. It's more like it's just like not coming in there, oh, goody, goody, I got a beautiful scarf, and you go home. It's more like it's going to be imbued with something
Enriching.
enriching. Thank you.
What would you like them to bring?
I thought about that. Do we open it up to some of their stuff that they could bring and share on a material level?
That could be really fraught. You could get
That's
a whole bunch of crap brought into your house. I thought of that too. I don't know that that's it, actually. I think what you want them to bring is more their heart, their spirit, their art.
art. So maybe it could be, I mean, I'm like thinking, well, maybe I would um, create where they could look around their life and something that's special to them, and it hurts just a little bit, but not a lot, to bring it to offer to somebody else. Because some of the stuff I'm letting go of, I go, oh, should I? But I'm okay with that.
But what does that accomplish?
What it
You.
accomplishes for me, what? Which part?
If I bring my favorite sweater and give it away, how does that give me or anybody anything?
No, no, no. I'm not talking about something you already, it works for you in your life and it supports you. I'm talking about something that's been laying over there that served you, but not quite anymore. You've loved it, but it's not quite loving you back anymore.
Right. So this is which line is this in 55 again?
Six.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just reading this thing and it says, it's so funny. It says, where the material abundance exists, but no one gets to share its light. The possibility that materialism becomes obsessive with a mean spirit that will not share. So you're directly like moving, and it's also like part of the channel of moodiness. It's also like very emotional. It just feels like, I mean, I guess that's what we're talking about, but there's something about you exploring this thing is the point.
And
Exploring the selfishness, right? So the giving away of the things which you are attached to is part of it. That's part of the experience. That's the part of the juice of what you're getting to experience is the releasing of the whatever felt selfish. It's like, I guess what I'm feeling is, with this whole thing of detriments, is like a thing where we get to explore that thing,
yeah.
right? Learn about that thing.
And watch yourself. I can watch myself and how I feel. I can watch myself. Um, whatever comes up will inform me about myself. And I've already made the commitment without attachments as far as like outcome, so to speak. But I could at least go, wow, I learned a lot about myself. And just by putting myself in that position and it may be like it was a whole buildup that was nothing. I could learn that as well. And my gate 8 is the gate of contribution. That's my son. And so how am I meant to contribute? What am I meant to contribute? And I'm putting this in the context of this platform of a new year and letting go of what it is that um, is incorrect for me and what's correct in contributing. And have I hidden behind bravado? And have I hidden anywhere that's not self? And that's what I really want to explore. So if I put myself in an uncomfortable position, I'm not going to die. And I don't think anyways, it's not going to ruin my life. I don't think, but who knows? Um, what can I lose?
I actually love this idea when you said the thing of wanting people to bring something that they're not quite ready to let go of. If that's what it is, you're going to have a psychological scary drama in a lot of people.
Well,
Like as I can say, as an open spleen person, that is one of the scariest territories for me because my whole life I've let go of something that I should have kept and kept something I should have let go of. And if you make that the theme of your party, it's going to be drama and fear. And that doesn't sound like abundance of spirit.
it's not that they're not ready to let go of, that they are, but they still feel a little twinge.
I'm never ready. Open spleen here. I am never ready. I am always ready and never ready, and I don't know the difference, and it's just scary all the time.
So maybe that's where the learning is.
I don't care. I wouldn't go.
Well, then you wouldn't be
But if you
invited.
want people to be in a scary place to learn, then that's a great theme. I'm just saying it could be a different theme that would bring out this abundance of spirit rather than this scared spirit.
Right.
Well, it would not be a have to, but if somebody wanted to, they could. And then they could,
You could say in the invitation, you could say what I have found for me is
Of
that
course.
I'm moving toward letting go of things that no longer serve me, even though I really might like them.
Exactly. And I would not ever mandate anything,
Okay.
ever, ever. So if you got that impression, then I have to really work on my communication skills here. Um, the so I like what you just said. This is what I'm doing. And I invite anyone who is moved or motivated to and but not junk, I don't want junk, you know. I don't want something that has been so used but maybe has two uses left in it. No, I don't want that. So I don't know how to word that. That is kind of mandating, I guess. I could just, when they walk through the door, going, and I look at it, go, nope, just leave it outside. I could do that.
Your 21 would probably like that.
I'm 21. I like that.
I don't know.
And my
That
29.
could be like a little shaming if someone had to leave their stuff outside. It's not good enough.
Yeah, because it wasn't.
I know, but I mean that would be like also a thing of like not abundance.
So I think
Um,
I think a little more dreaming in for you to see what is the
Yeah.
theme? Exposing the spirit of abundance. And is it about people bringing their art? Is it because you said the thing about the woman singing, so I thought you were going to say and bring some of your art to share with us, expose the abundance of your spirit, your artistic spirit. Um,
Yeah.
but it sounds like you've gone through a process that you want to contagion people to about letting go of stuff.
no, not that necessarily. I just want them to see the spirit in stuff as well, because you hear so much of like, oh, that's so materialistic, or oh, I can't go there because um, that I'm not thinking about spirit or higher realms, or I want the higher realms to be come down to earth. I wanted them to be grounded in earth and not
This
try
would be a
not
marvelous thing for you to do some writing on. Just see what comes out of you. That very thing right there.
yeah, that's a good
How,
idea.
how is spirit material and material spirit?
And just sitting here talking about it is, cleared some
It,
things,
it's
got
yeah.
some
Yeah.
good suggestions. And what I really like is um, you, Philippe, feel it. And I like that because it feeds back to me. It's about feeling. And, you know,
Or is it
uh,
doesn't hurt that I have the 55-6 as well?
you do.
Do you?
Yeah.
He likes.
Um, Taking a walk the other day, and Steve and I were talking human design, and he said something like, it ain't real if you don't feel.
Says
I said,
Mr. Completely Open um, emo. I love that a lot.
I go,
Ain't real
where'd you
if you
get
don't
that? He goes, me? I said that. Oh, that was really good.
That's very good.
So
I
I feel like Dee, go ahead, Dee. I want you to get, since you have something
huh?
pressuring you have a schedule, is what I'm saying. So
Oh yeah, yeah, if you guys want to look at my detriment.
okay.
Okay, and I do have to go to the bathroom, so let's take a look at what it is. I think you only have one.
Wow.
The
That's
moon in the 50 oh, you have the Saturn in exaltation and detriment. Let's take a look at that moon, the 50.6. I have that too.
Wait, we're not looking at the Venus?
No, we're looking at where you have a detriment.
Oh, see,
Oh yeah, you have a Venus detriment too
okay.
in the 26. Interesting.
Oh, on the body side.
Yeah.
Mm.
You have the Mars and Mercury. Why did I see them? I must have been thinking of someone else who didn't have detriments. So there's the 11, the 13. Oops. The 11, the 13, the 50, the 26.
I'm going to have to go pee as well.
So do
Okay.
I.
Go,
And D,
do a potty
before
break.
D can
Okay, let's do it.
not on my my app, my Neutrino app. Could you give me your month and day and stuff like that?
February 13th, 1988.
Just a minute. 13, 1988 to 13, 1988. Okay. Time. The time.
Oh, 4:48 p.m.
4. I'll get you on here that way.
4:48 p.m.
And where?
Bronx, New York.
Bronx. I didn't know
The
that.
Bronx. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is you. You only write is in your environment.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that.
That's, oh, you probably can't see. I don't
I
know.
can't see that.
That's
Yeah,
you.
that's me. Uh-huh.
All right, good. I got you on in my charts, my chart lists.
Cool. Okay, so we're looking at the detriment.
So you have
Yeah.
both 26,
But we're
26.
looking at the body or at the mind? I thought we were just doing the mind.
Well, we did both kind of for me because my moon
Because I
body,
have my moon personality is in detriment.
13, your Mercury. I have mine's in detriment too, my 13.
Wait, no, my moon's in exaltation,
Yeah, it's your 13.
right? Okay, it's my Mercury. Yeah, the listener.
Yours is in line 6.
Oh,
I have a detriment in 13 as well, but it's a
I don't know
different,
that I always hear what people want me to hear.
mine's in the body.
Luce tells me that sometimes, like yesterday, I was making them a smoothie, and they said, "Can you use some of the coconut milk?" My milk. Their milk is cashew milk, right? And how I make a smoothie is like lots of milk with the fruit, no water. And then they said, "No, you made it the way you wanted it, not the way I told you." I said I wanted the coconut milk. And I said, "You said some coconut milk, not only coconut milk." So I thought you meant you want your milk plus some of my milk. And I'm not as territorial about my things as Luce's. Like, I can't use any of their shit. Like, the minute I use some of it, it's like, it's not theirs anymore. It's like, you didn't buy it for me. And it's like, just because I bought it for you doesn't mean I can't have any. Um, but things like that where they say it one way and I take in the information and then I make it what I think they mean. And sometimes I'm really fucking off. And the thing is, like, then I don't care.
Can I ask you a question?
And I'm like, you didn't say it right. Yeah, you can ask.
When you use your coconut milk for loose, did
Hmm.
you kind of feel I don't want to share too much?
Yeah, of course.
So
I
you're
always
listening,
feel that way.
so your listening was underlaid by I don't want to give that much coconut milk.
Yeah, because I only like I know I go through a lot of milk. Like it's just something I do. So for every like carton of milk I get them, I get myself two because like I add it to everything. Like some days I'll just like have a glass of milk. I'm just like, oh, coconut milk. Um, to the point where now I've like made coconut milk from scratch, y'all. Like that's how intense I'm getting with it. It's like that's commitment to coconut milk. When you're like scraping coconut and like, but it's so satisfying because what you have to do is you take the coconut and you slam it against the floor and it cracks. And then you like, and then you blend it. And then talk about concentration. I make my coconut milk so thick I could barely get it out of the jar.
That's coconut
Yeah,
cream.
pretty much is like after I was like, this might be cream, but yeah. Uh, so why did you ask that piece
Well,
about
when
the
you
sharing?
were about the milk and I was wondering about your listening on this particular subject matter, that you wanted to kind of modify it because you didn't want to give up so much coconut milk. And or- and so did you really hear her, but you just didn't want to give that much coconut milk? And
No,
because this is
I
in Mercury.
genuinely thought when they said some, like in my mind, it was like I did not think some coconut milk and then water. And that might be my own like concentration. Like I don't want to add water to a milkshake.
Did Luce want water?
I think so, but they didn't say that.
So in the detriment here, it just talks about um, what's important to you is when you listen. So that's why I asked that.
Mm,
That's all.
yeah.
There was something
For me,
other,
what's important is having a milkshake be concentrated.
and that perhaps wasn't for Luce.
No, but they ate it. Like they love that shit. I'm like, well, you liked it.
So if we get back to the detriment in listening, that's in the
Yeah.
communication. In Mercury, I'm wondering that we're talking about detriments, and this is where I believe is like a petri dish for really learning about yourself. What is the truth and what it lessons or what's un shadow, what's unconscious. I think that's how we're looking at detriments, right? I'm not
I'm
sure.
not calling it shadow at all, no.
Well, I think Philippe might have said that, but have
No,
we
yeah, I
established?
think I genuinely 90% of the time hear what they're saying, and then it's like a little prism where the information then runs through my values. And then it's like whatever you said and how it aligns with what I think and want, then that's what happens. Yeah, for sure.
Is
I
that
can
called?
totally own up to this.
Okay, cool. Does that cause any angst in you or like
Not
um
in me. I think it just causes Luz to feel like I don't really listen. And it's like, no, I'm listening. But like, unless you tell me like A, B, C, then I'm gonna do maybe A and D and like F. You know what I mean? Like, I just, like, you said A, I heard A and you have A, I have A, those align. But then, like, I didn't really care for B and C, but like, I got D and F over here. Like, let's add that to the mix. That's a lot, yeah, a lot of my life. I can see it.
so
I can,
as a detriment, I guess, what do you see in the gate 13 um in Mercury in line, I don't know what line it is.
I think
Six.
there's just like a lot of like miscommunication of like, we're talking and I'm going this way and you're going that way and like misunderstanding. Because even like Luz constantly is telling me, you said like, oh, you said you were gonna call the car rental. And yeah, I told you I was gonna call the car rental and then I called them and then I set the appointment for us to go so and so date. And like I leave them out of the whole process up until the end result. And then it's like, it's Saturday, like, hey, we're going to the Carmen's. And they're like, what do you mean we're going to the Carmen's? I told you I was going to call them. And it's like, to me, it's like 1 + 1 = 2. And they're like, you left me at the one, or like something didn't get communicated. Um, I have a feeling this has to do with this 13.
Well, it's in the sixth line, so it's got that looking
Mm.
into the next world business. And it's in Aquarius. And Aquarius is more like this overview as opposed to if Mercury were in, Gemini or Virgo, where it likes to be, it would be much more brass tacks about it.
Mm.
This is kind of like this otherworldly view. Do you relate to that? Like maybe you're not as conscious of the little bits that are happening in that communication.
Yeah.
So what can you bring rather than this is a problem? What unique perspective does that actually give you that you're bringing?
Mm. I mean, I just feel like I'm ahead of people.
Well, you are on the roof with this too.
Like I'm just ahead of people with this. Like you should be able to read my mind.
God, I've heard that before. Not from you, but
That's
yeah.
that's really what I like sometimes feel. It's like, you should have been able to like know that if I said. And then some things where I feel like I have been very clear in my communication. It's like you haven't done that. And I'm just like, the fuck I haven't kind of moment. Um, yeah. So I don't quite know. I don't see for me, like, I don't think it's a problem, but I think it's a problem for other people, kind of like what you said, Tiara. And I'm just like, I don't know how to explain to you that this is how I operate and it's not going anywhere
Mhm.
and I'm okay with it. So unless you are like, do
Hmm.
A, B, and C and do not add anything else, I just, there will something will be missed. Like yesterday, they were like, I was making a lentil soup and I'm just like, I don't, they're like, well, you can't add anything that's heating. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, well, no heating spices. I'm like, I don't operate this way. Like I add onion, garlic, like to everything. They're like, those are heating. I'm like, then you gotta tell me exactly what you want me to put in it. You know, because I was like, I'm gonna fuck this up. Like I knew I would fuck it up, you know? So then I was like, well, I've been wanting to experiment with fenugreek. Like, is that something you can have? So then they told me exactly how much I could put of like two ingredients. And I was like, good. And then they were like, oh, this is such a nice soup. And I was
So
like, I'm glad you fucking like it. But like, they had to be that specific because otherwise, I'm sure I would have put something in it that would have been not okay with them. You
Was
know?
the
And this probably happens with a lot of things without me even knowing, with like people I don't even know, who I'm just like sharing information. Like I told the landlord here yesterday that his chairs are shit. Like I just said it. Like I was like, yeah, those chairs are shit. Like you can't sit at the bar with the chairs because they're so high. You literally are like unable to be under the bar. That's shit. Luce overheard me and was like, I can't believe you said that. And I was like, I was being honest. But like, I'm sure maybe this man got offended and his whole family. I don't fucking know.
so you said something a minute ago that caught my attention. You said something like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm perfectly okay with my detriment as well. And I'm wondering if that's a thing with detriments. It's other people who don't like them because once again, we're not doing the quality of something in the way that people have historically, seven-centeredly maybe, come to think that you're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to tell people their things are full of shit. You're supposed to thank someone no matter what they're doing for you. If they're doing something for you, you have to be appreciative. It's
No,
yeah, it's like, are our detriments fine with us, but it's other people who have the problem? Would that be across the board?
I think so.
I actually am not fine with my detriments.
You're
So
not.
no, I mean, I was like horrified when you were, I'm like, ugh, those are horrible things that I have to have.
Philippe,
So
do you have a third line?
a third line, well, I'm at 6'2", so just that way, third line, first part of my
Mm.
life. Not a lot of
Were
third
you
line.
more okay with it then?
No,
Okay.
So you want to be
Because
okay?
I,
You, hold on, you'd like to be okay with being controlled?
no, that one, that one, well, I know I would like to be okay with, I would like to not be so resistant to being controlled. I would like to not have a fear of being controlled.
mm,
So I don't like that. No. Yeah, I don't.
Hang out with Lily, she'll try and control you. See if you can like it.
I
Yeah,
have
I mean,
I have gate 18, I have daddy issues.
A match made it.
Oh man.
so no, I when uh D, you were saying that you're fine with it. I was like, God, I would love that. I would like to be, for me, that's why we're talking about it, is so that I can be fine with it, maybe more. But it's not, I mean, it just makes me nauseous, actually, all the detriments.
Well, I had an interesting thought as I went to the bathroom. I remember, I think it was Hanale maybe, or you, Philippe, said, isn't it funny that your favorite channel is the one that you have your detriments in? And I asked myself, I said, well, what do you like so much about that channel, Tiara? And immediately I said, because it has nothing to do with anyone else. Like it's really not about anybody else at all.
Hmm.
It's about a process, it's about discovery, and it's about surrender to all of that. But other people don't like it. But I guess
Yeah.
you can't say across the board that it's just other people that don't like our detriments.
No, I think some people like my detriments things. I just have always been resistant. Maybe the 19 third line, that one might be fine. But like the 26 and the 54, I don't 32, no. I
Can we call them
don't
something
like that they're
different?
what?
Can we call them something different?
And detriments?
Alternative perspective.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
only a
the way I say it
detriment.
right now, it's just difficulties.
It's only a detriment because it's not the way we usually do it. If we think that the moon should always be mommy and should always be nice to us and should always be generous with us and should always be Cancerian, creating a home and making it nice and providing food, if that's the only thing we can accept of the moon, then it will be a detriment if your moon is in Aries and you just want to fucking go forth and conquer the world.
Right.
But who's to say that you shouldn't go forth and conquer the world? Well, who's to say it is to the people who want you to be mommy instead of warrior?
Hmm.
And why it's uncomfortable, I'm imagining, is because we also think we're supposed to be what we have been taught those things are supposed to be. Like it may not be frustrating for you on the deep level to withdraw rather than stay being controlled, but you want to stay, so you get frustrated.
Right. Yeah, and it's also worded, the way he words it is like,
I know, a detriment to me, it becomes a detriment when it keeps me from my true self.
But that is your true self.
right.
Not if my not self takes it and say, and works it to an extreme, like I hide, and because I'm in my not self, I'm in fear, I'm missing out on who I really am because I'm not enough, or I'm not going to be
And
loved, or
not enough. Yeah. See, it's always about the other. They won't love me. They won't think I'm enough. They.
that becomes a detriment to me when it's about the other. So much
Right.
that it
So if we
controls my
drop the
action.
other from the equation, our detriments are they're just another way of doing energy. I do energy in the 4629 by being so fucking engrossed in the process. I'm not looking at anything else until I'm done with it. That's how I do energy. That is what is real in my body and in my personality. I have it in red and black. And I am meant to be that way.
Well, let's take the people's detriments here. What way is D meant to be? What way is Philippe or
That's what we've
myself?
been talking about the whole time.
Oh, but
That's the whole
I
class.
have not gotten that when if I hide my light under a bushel basket, like they say in the Bible, and I feel angst or stifled or stunted.
What detriment is this?
59.6. 55.6, I'm sorry.
Well, see, when we started talking about you, you took us in a whole different direction, so we didn't really look at that.
Mm.
Well,
You went to the 41 and started talking about your fantasy, and it seemed important, so I followed you.
well,
But
it
it was
wasn't.
55. We were looking at the 55 detriment.
Mhm.
Right, but we didn't really look at it because Lily started talking about this other thing that seemed important to her, so I just followed that.
I thought it was
Can we
connected.
look at the 11 detriment for me? I'm seeing the timer and I only got 9 minutes.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay, so the no moon phase, that's the balsamic moon. So,
Well,
so
Wait,
what's
what?
you say
What are
balsamic?
we looking at?
I'm looking at Lily's 55.
No.
I am feeling a tremendous amount of extreme and very uncomfortable pressure because I just found out that the people are returning home first fucking thing in the morning, and I thought I had all day to get the house ready. So I'm not super happy going much longer.
Well,
Oh, we can end.
I mean, usually they come home at night. So I did not know until just about 10 minutes ago that they land at 7 in the morning.
well, of course. I mean, we all amend to
Uh,
whatever the flow is. Yeah.
we can end. I'm okay with ending. We
Um,
can pick this up
the
next
thing
week.
that I would say about the balsamic light, it's called the no moon phase of the 55. The balsamic light is when you go into the dark and you find the secrets in the dark. It's when you close your eyes and you look on the inner wall instead of looking out there as to what can happen. That's where I would have tended to take this if we had gone with how can this be um, simply an alternate way that this energy shows up in you rather than think of it as a problem, which is the word detriment seems to portray the word problem.
It's weird to have my sun gate contribution and then I keep it all under wraps.
And you have the added thing of hiding because of being punished as a child. And those two things may have melded, and now you can start looking at your spirit in a different way.
I agree with all that. That's to me where detriment should lead you, or to lead me, I'll say, to that, to awareness and to acceptance and so whatever, surrender and to seeing. So when it's when the not self has gotten or the mind has gotten a hold of it is where I'm at right now. I want to tease those apart.
Yeah.
And um, so I feel like I'm on track with that. And I thought, and I just wanted to say the 41 to me was connected.
Oh, I saw the connection, but we just didn't stay on the detriment because we went to this other process with you.
You know, triple split is there, it's going to have its rounds. So thank you for
I
your
I
patience.
wasn't, it seemed important to me, so I followed it.
No, it was perfect. I got a lot out of it. So, but let's get back to you, Tiara, on how you feel. Do we want to do one more little tidbit for D on her 11, or do you need to leave this moment? You need to leave this moment,
I'm
Tiara?
okay not going further. I'm okay ending.
I like this one. I just looked up that Mars, the 11. The resorting of factionalism, which I'm not sure what that is, to satisfy the ego's need for action, provoking with ideas to escape boredom. That seems like perfect to me. More easy.
The 11.2, is that the 11.2?
It's, yeah,
This one says instigating conflicts or stirring up controversy to satisfy a craving for attention or validation, like a politician who makes inflammatory statements to gain media coverage.
Okay, I just think of Trump when you said that.
you think of what?
Trump.
Oh,
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck the gays, or
Right.
like, I'm only gonna recognize two genders now, male and
Right.
female. And it's just like they're you can't just revoke birthright for people and like sign a
Right.
piece of paper and it'd be done. Like, but he will
Um,
do what he does. I mean, I don't know that I instigate as much. Maybe.
the line name is relentlessness.
I will say if I am in a conflict, I will want to keep talking about it until it is resolved. And often other people don't.
I do.
Yeah.
Like usually like Luce will be like, I need you to leave my
Chill.
room.
Yeah,
No,
because
just
they're a
leave my
mountain
room.
person. They got
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
that whole
But
perspective.
there's,
And I'm
I could,
like, but we're
They're
not
hard to fight
done.
with those people. They can't like get in there and in there and in there and in there. Um,
Mm,
one thing I would like to offer you on this, Dee, is that it's your personality Mars, which is here to lead you to your mutation. It's here to lead you to your
mm,
differentiation. And so how does that quality in you, how has it led you to yourself?
That's a good question. How has any of our detriments led us to ourselves? Is that what you're
I was
asking?
talking about it because it's in Mars, but we could ask that question too.
um,
Because one thing I would say, Lily, maybe we'll see if we like this, is if we have a detriment, we have to surrender to it.
Mhm.
Because you can't fight it. It won't help to fight it. And I don't think it helps to pretend. Like I could pretend to be different than I am, so other people would like me.
mhm,
I've done a lot of that, but ultimately it doesn't bring me to my true self.
mm. Well, I think my controversial mouth has led people to be my tribe, and like I will take a position politically, for example, like a fellow community member wanted to do this whole petition against this flamenco dancer going to Puerto Rico and performing for like Indigenous Peoples Day, basically. And she's like done racist stuff. And like rather than like have my friend who was like so adamantly against it be the front face of the petition, I did it. I was like,
And
fuck this bitch.
how does taking on that lead you to more of your true self, to your individuated self, to your mutated potential?
Well, because then people were like more like people got to know me more, people got to like
You were
that
able to be more
relationship
recognized.
strengthened. I felt more recognized to some degree. And then we just got more people in our little like queer Taino community. Like we have like 75 people, y'all.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, and that's like all organic growth over the course of like a year and a month.
Mm.
Um, so that felt really good. Um, so I think it genuinely like saying like this shit sucks or like this is how I feel about this. It gives me recognition most of the time.
Right. That's what I was gonna point to.
Yeah.
Let's take a
And
look.
like, and I think where maybe this can be a detriment, for example, and I gotta go in a minute, but is likely that like, for example, Luce feels that my Leo energy is so overpowering that they can't be recognized and seen.
Hmm.
So then
Like
you
in
need to
any
be in different
interaction.
places at different times.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk more next week. I gotta go. My
Yeah,
client is in my
let's
waiting
take
room.
a look in the intervening moments at the parts of us that we have been maybe not even aware of that we wish were different. You know, let's take a look at who are we and how can we surrender and love these parts, even if other people don't like them.
Yeah, that's good
They
homework.
may or may not be detriments.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at I have enough detriments that'll be enough
Yeah,
homework for me.
and for you, Philippe, I would really encourage you to kind of go into those detriments, like take a look at them and pretend nobody else has anything to do with you. Like
Yeah,
take
that's
other people out of the equation and see, what is this about me?
well, especially because all of my detriments are about other people. They're very specifically about other people. That because you can't have like the 32, both of my uh things, both of my channels that those detriments live in are all about other people. They're tribal.
Yeah, they're tribal.
So I think, and they're all about like getting ahead with other people,
Right.
sensitivity to other people's needs and da da da. So
Right.
I,
Okay, so
so
how about taking a look at it within the context of the tribe, and you're actually doing something different than the tribe usually likes, because the tribe wants to control people. No
right.
question there. What happens if we can't control each other in the tribe? What happens if the tribe as an entity doesn't get to control people? You know, because the tribe is not on the ascendancy, it's on the descendancy in our world. And
Right.
so how are you a forerunner even of a new tribe?
I can feel already just without even looking at it how much my detriments actually serve the evolution of the tribe
Nice.
on all fronts. It's just and
Wow.
it's like you said, I have to look, really look at the power view of it,
You go.
because and it helps to reframe it that I'm the 45 looking at it in a way. um, but that feels really right. That
Yeah.
because it's only when I'm taking it personally that it's a problem.
Right. Nice.
That's when it becomes a problem. When
When
I'm
you
trying
look
to
at
take
it. Yeah.
when I'm looking at the personal transference, personal
Right.
distraction.
Is that where the mind then tells you stories
In the personal view, I think
about
so.
your detriment
I think so. Yeah, I think it's the taking it
Yeah.
personal view.
as your distraction?
Yeah. So if I'm just watching the power of it, it's fine.
It's not a
Like
problem. Yeah, so it's
not a
like what
problem.
you're saying, Lily, that when your mind gets in there and jumps into transference because of your opinion about the distraction, or our opinion about the distraction. Like, why am I selfish? Oh, there's something wrong with me. Oh, now I'm afraid. Or with me, oh, I didn't thank those people. Oh my God, I need their help. You know, that our minds can go into distraction when we judge our detriments or anything.
Well, that's where, to me, the value of embracing and surrendering to distraction, and for me to be able to see where my not self comes in and takes it in a direction that doesn't feel comfortable for me. It doesn't feel like my truth.
Right.
It does. It creates angst and tension in my body. And so distraction in that sense leads you back to your true self, if you look at it that
If
way.
you can recognize it and see where it started, it's kind of like this thing I've been doing of, okay, there was a feeling and I just didn't feel it. Okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I'll feel that feeling now.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw my detriment. I don't want to look at that. That people don't like that. Okay, let me look at that. Let's look at what we're trying not to look at. Let's feel what we're trying not to feel.
Yeah.
So if I were to have that gathering, it might be so overwhelming that I went, fuck, what did I do this for? And I'll have to feel the feels and learn. Or it's like, wow, there was an aspect of me knew all along that that was, good, and it maybe lit up I'm looking for a passion or something. I feel like there's embers everywhere and there's nobody sparking it, and but how much do I get in my own way through the not self?
Well, I think that and I'd be happy to go do some more looking at this with you. Um, I think in a way that right mind, right brain can just get so far afield that coming back and putting some order to it, some details to it can help you see it better. And then it can call out of you what you're really wanting. Because I
Yeah,
can feel that there is something there and
Yeah.
it can unfold.
and then my then aspect goes or not. You know,
Or not, but even whether you make it into the material world or not with this idea, it can unfold as this spark inside of you.
it may not come out in that form, but it can
Right,
unfold.
right,
Uh, what my spirit really wants to get to, so to speak.
exactly. And what your feelings want to get to.
So I have a question that's kind of on a similar trajectory that so I had this opportunity which felt like an invitation to do this play, and now I feel like sometimes I feel like it's a mistake, like I was overly ambitious, like it's not the right place for this play, the theater that we're doing it at, that it's going to be a repeat of Edinburgh.
Mm.
That it's like, oh, I've done the same thing that I did then, which was I got over ambitious. I plunged in too quickly. Like the theater was too big. The amount of time that I spent there was too long. Like that, which those were good lessons to learn. But I feel like I didn't learn it because
What?
now this play that I'm going to do, I have six performances to fill in a small theater, but I'm feeling like all that is coming up again. So what is the thing about what do you do when if you've entered into something incorrectly? What is the thing in human design about course correcting or not? Like, are you just doomed? Because I know it says generators, you just have to follow through the whole
Well,
thing, go through the fucking whole cycle, which I also have to do like
right.
tenfold by
So,
design.
so you identify what you needed that you didn't have in Edinburgh?
Yeah, a producer.
Can you get a producer? No.
And not at this point.
Can you, how about all that whole fractal of people that really like you but don't invite you? What if you invite them to help you?
Well, I have been because I'm looking for a couple of actors and I've been asking them and they're all unavailable. I asked 7 different people for one particular role and they're all unavailable during that time. So I'm like, I'm getting like a no. So that doesn't mean, I also have hope. And in my hope, I know that they're the right person is going to come along. They always do in a
What is
certain
the
way.
role?
What is the what?
The role.
Oh, James Dean
Oh.
at 40. So it's very specific.
How about Steve?
How about what? How about
Steven,
what?
Lily's husband, Steve.
Yeah.
Um,
No, so it's a mix of um it could be really exciting and lovely and I am enjoying the process in certain ways. Did a bunch of writing last night. Max and I are talking about it. But there's just this feeling that, like what you were talking about with Lily, that thing of like, and then I could be like, or not, what part of my not self is in the way has created this detrimental feeling, that is just like, oh, what if this is another big waste of time that I just have a great fantasy about and want to do, but it goes nowhere. One of
well,
the things I have
I-
been noticing is that I'm feeling okay with failure. Like I'm starting to feel a little bit more okay with that. Like, okay, this
yeah.
is a thing that I'm learning. It's one of my big things because I have been that famous fucking person and that leader and that king and that whatever in past lives. So I'm definitely learning through humiliation.
Well, I
Through
just saw
through
something that
humbling.
It's humbling, yeah. Well, but the humiliation is actually one of the words in one of the detriments.
I
Oh, it
just saw
is.
something with my inner vision. Shall I tell you what I saw?
Hmm.
You're going forward and there's something in back of you and it's kind of like this in back of you and you're going, I don't see you, I don't see you, I don't see you. You need to turn around and look at it. It's like right there.
You turn around and you know what? It's this sign entering the city of Edinburgh.
That's what's fun.
It's something that you forgot to include.
Well, I did just have an experience of that this last week. There was something that I forgot to include that I have included, that I am including, and that is the people who I'm portraying in this play, and those people who are all dead, and actually asking for their help because I'm portraying real people.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of working out
Yeah, that makes sense. That could
how to
fit
bring
that
that
image.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
because they're all real people in the play. They're all
yeah.
real.
Do you feel frustrated?
Mm, hmm. When I
Do
think
you
of certain, like in general, I don't, but there are certain
about that play?
feel frustrated.
Do you feel, do you
Uh-huh.
feel, is there more satisfaction than frustration? I don't know if that is pertinent or not, but I
Mm,
feel like when you're saying that um you're in it and you just have to keep going through it to correct course, I think you said.
mhm.
Do you feel like the very, very foundation of this is incorrect? The
Mm-mm.
play,
Mm-mm.
So you can
You know, I
correct
feel like
it.
I might be doing it at the wrong place with the wrong people.
Okay.
That's the thing. Because I rushed in to an invitation because you know, I'm actually going to a meeting. I have to leave any minute to go to a meeting with the people who run this theater that I'm doing it at. So I don't know them. I haven't met them. And there's been some weird snafus with the whole thing, and that's part of it too. Like I'm not on the schedule on the website. The person who hired me quit. She's no longer there. So these people don't know. Like it's all very like
Yeah.
so
Can you just be
in a way,
vulnerable and tell them your concerns and ask for their help?
I think so.
Yeah.
And still be the king.
I could see where this would set you off just a bit, because of not being on the website, and
Yeah,
the one person that invited you is not there. So
yeah.
you see what is there or
And
not.
the play I just went to see that I told you about, they were at the same theater and they had tons of problems
With the people
with
who run the
people. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm also open to it not happening
Yeah.
and doing it somewhere else or something. So that's okay
Let us
too.
know.
I
Well, I
will.
like what you said. You really don't have a fear of failure with this. It just you just don't know quite yet how it's going to gel together.
Right. Yeah.
So I
Yeah, I
like
think so.
that. To me, that's very supportive with it, to hear that from you.
Oh, good. Yeah, it was supportive for me to hear it from me too. I didn't know that was going to come out of my mouth.
Good.
All right. Okay, I've got to go.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you
Bye,
so
Matt.
much. Well, yeah, Max is here too.
Take care, you
He just walked
folks.
in.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey, Lily, can you help me with something?
I can try.
I've been trying to book something on Booking and I can't do it. It won't let me do it with PayPal and it won't let me do it with your card.
On your site.
Uh-huh.